Start by importing or appending a rigged 3D car model into Blender. If you want to know how to rig a car, you can check out my video coming on I button. To make the road, add a plane and scale it according to the size of car. Then add a road texture to plane. I am using an add-on called Blender Kit to search road texture. Also switch to Cycles Engine for realistic render. Add an area light for better visibility. Go to Edit mode and then press U, and then Unwrap to unwrap the geometry. It will apply the road texture properly. Add an array modifier to duplicate the road plane multiple times. To make the footpath, duplicate an edge from the road plane by pressing Shift-D. Then extrude the edge by pressing E. Select the footpath, press P, and choose Selection to make it a separate object. Also extrude it to give it a bit of thickness. Search a good footpath texture and add it to the geometry we just created. Bevel the corner of the footpath by pressing Ctrl-B. Go to UV Editing tab and adjust the texture by selecting All and Scaling. Add a mirror modifier and mirror it to the other side of road. I am using an app called Quixel Bridge to import object into Blender. You can model the assets by your own too, or you can download models from websites like Sketchfab. After adding the side guarding rail, place it on the side of road. Use an array modifier to duplicate it multiple times. Add a wall to the side of the footpath the same way. Place it on the side of footpath and scale it accordingly. Use an array modifier to duplicate it multiple times. Scale the area light so that it covers the full road. Increase its strength by a lot until it lights up the road and car properly. Choose a good street light model and add it to the scene. Edit it until it looks good and make sure there is a glowing bulb inside it. Use an array modifier to duplicate it multiple times. Now search a good and low poly tree model and make sure the tree model is not very heavy on your computer. Place it on the other side of the wall. Duplicate it by pressing Alt-D. It will make an instance. It will be easier to render, but if you do Shift-D, it will be harder. Make a group of 3 and duplicate it multiple times. Give every tree a bit of variation by rotating. Repeat it until it reaches the end of road. Add an HDRI to the environment. I am adding an HDRI called Blue Sky Grass Forest Mountain. You can also use the same. Firstly, adjust the view correctly. After that, add a camera by pressing Shift-A. Correct the view if needed, and press Ctrl Shift-0, and it will snap the camera to view. Now correct the view of camera. Adjust the focal length so that it shows the car properly. Also correct the strength of HDRI if needed. To adjust the HDRI, you need to go into Shading tab, then select the World option, and it will open up the HDRI settings. Now you can adjust the location, rotation, and scale according to your liking. I recommend you adjust the rotation only because others can be a little bit confusing. To start animating your car, select the car rig and go to pose mode. Select the route and add a keyframe at the start of the timeline by pressing K and location. Now go to the frame 120 and move the car by 300 meters in Y direction in front of road. Add the keyframe. Go back to the first frame and tab out of the pose mode. Select the camera and add a keyframe at the start of timeline. Then go to the frame number 120, move the camera 300 meters in same direction of car, and add a keyframe. Now, you should have an animation something like this. Adjust the array modifier of all the assets and duplicate the trees. Select the car rig, go to pose mode and select route. Change the animation type to Bezier by pressing T and choosing Bezier while resting the cursor on timeline. Do it for the camera also. Now the car and camera will move smoother at the start and end. Now it's time to add a bit of physics to the car. Select the rig and go to pose mode. Select the top handle of the car, also known as suspension. Change the ending frame of animation to 200. Go to frame 1 and add keyframe while selecting suspension control. Go to frame 10, move the handle a little bit to the back so that the car lifts up and add a keyframe. Now, you should have an animation something like this. Go to frame 120 and duplicate the first keyframe by pressing Shift-D and move it to the frame 120. Now switch to Graph Editor. Select everything by pressing A and then press dot on the num lock to correct the view. Change the pivot point to individual origin and scale while selecting everything. Make sure you do not scale too much. We just need a little bit random and fast movement in car. Scale back if needed. Now let's add the brake physics. Go to the frame where the car is getting slow, in my case it is 95. Select the suspension handle and add a keyframe. Go to frame 111, move the handle to bit of front so that it lifts up the car from back and add a keyframe. Adjust the keyframes until it looks right. Watching the animation multiple times will help you to place the keyframes at right place. Now to add a little bounce at the end, go to frame 120. Move the suspension handle to a bit back so the car lifts up just slightly and add a keyframe. Duplicate the first keyframe and place it just after the last keyframe so that the car comes to rest position. Watch the animation multiple times and adjust the keyframes until it feels right. You can adjust the camera animation too in the graph editor until it satisfies you. I want to add some more movement to the car in starting. Therefore, I am moving the keyframes forward, but you can skip this if you do not want to. I moved all the keyframes of car and camera to start the animation at 35th keyframe. Now go to the first keyframe, move the car to a little bit back and add a keyframe. It's time to add a little more realistic movement to the tires of car by adding bumps to road and making tires react to them. Select the car rig and go to Rig a Car add-on setting by pressing N. Open ground settings and choose our road plane as ground in all of them, except which contains .axle in the name. Change shrink wrap type to project in all. Choose road plane, subdivide it multiple times, and add a displacement modifier to it. Create a new texture, change its type to clouds, and add it in the displacement modifier. Adjust the strength of displacement modifier so that you get small bumps in road. Make sure car tires are reacting to bumps. If not, then there is something wrong. After that, adjust the strength accordingly so that there is very small but visible movement in tires. You can change the size of texture too. Tick the motion blur setting in render tabs to add motion blur, and you can control its intensity by adjusting the shutter speed. For even more realism, I'm going to add cloud shadows on the road. Move the area light to bit more top and adjust its strength so that lighting remains same. Add a plane and scale it so that its shadow covers the full road. And make sure it's beneath the area light. Go to Shading tab and switch back to Object Shading. Add a material to the plane we just created, and then add a noise texture. Plug the noise texture into alpha, and then add a color ramp in between. Press Ctrl+T while selecting Noise Texture to add coordinates. It will only work if Node Wrangler add-on is enabled. Apply Scale to Plane in Object Mode by pressing Ctrl+A and then unwrap it. Also make sure Object is plugged into texture coordinates. Adjust the scale and color ramp until it looks like clouds. Now open Object Properties while selecting Plane and uncheck Camera under Visibility tab. Now only shadow will be visible. The step remaining is compositing. It will improve the video by a lot. Go to Compositing tab and checkmark Use Nodes. Checkmark the denoising data in Layers Properties if you want to denoise the image. Add a viewer node and plug image into image. If you cannot see an image behind, then you need to render once by pressing F12 and make sure you select frame above 40 to get running car. Add 2 glare nodes and adjust their settings to your liking. You can also copy mine. These are my settings. Do not forget to plug back the image into composite node. Here is my result. Thanks for watching the video. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.